said, what, ma'am?
Sounds like somebody's lightly snoring.
Lord, I hope not. We just started.
Nah, we all here.
Okay.
Were you sleeping, Twan?
Nah, I'm over here playing Destiny.
This nigga. It's like
Hey,
really
man.
difficult for him to just podcast. Like he can't just podcast. He has to play the game while he's podcasting. So when y'all hear Twan disappearing, it's not him disappearing. He's just absolutely not paying attention to what's going on the microphone.
I be paying attention.
No, you
I got
don't.
It's headphones on.
Ashley was literally on a podcast with us one time, and she said, "Where did Twan go?" And then you popped up like 25 minutes later.
Oh, yeah, I mean, sometimes I be having phone calls, man.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't, because ain't no cell phones in Destiny. I played a lot of Destiny. I know what's in Destiny. Ain't no trouble with kids in Destiny.
You the one told me to get this new game.
I didn't tell you to play it during now.
That's all I remember.
I
Get the
wanna,
game.
do you use these same excuses at work? My boss be like, Twan, we need you to save a child. He'd be like, well, y'all the ones who told me to use my free time.
Nah, I do be using it though when like reports be like 3 months late.
What?
So you behind on the trouble kids?
Nah, I'm always seeing my trouble kids. I'm just behind on the report.
Or how troubled they are?
Yes.
Okay. That's how you help them progress. That right there is we playing catch up to the catch up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, stay like that. I hate paperwork.
All right, let's talk about Insecure because it's quickly turned into a Where's My 40 Acres podcast. What's up, everybody? This is the Boob Tube series on Where's My 40 Acres, and this is Insecure. One episode left. It was 2, and now it's 1.
So sad.
This is episode 307, Obsessed Like. And I had to play Whole for it because they released the Insecure soundtrack on Apple Music this week. It was one of the new albums that came out, and I've been playing it. It doesn't have a lot of the popular songs on it that you hear during the episodes, and I'm pretty sure that might be because they just could not license them for a soundtrack. Like they could get them for the show, but they might not have been able to license them for a soundtrack. I'm sure it costs too much. So instead, they got a lot of underground artists on here. And for real, as long as they had Girl Blunt, I was fine. I think that's really all I was looking for. But the other stuff is good. You know, they got Buddy, which is always great to see Buddy is still doing things. They got Anna Wise. They got Childish
Did they have
Gambino.
that Busta 9 song?
Busted 9. What's that?
Bust a 9.
I don't see a Busta 9. Is it by a person named Busta 9 or is it called
No,
Busta 9?
it's Sharn. It's called Bust a 9, and it's Sharna Bass.
No.
They played her song when Issa was getting in the car.
Nope, it's too popular. It's too popular of a song. They couldn't license it because it's not up here.
It's a really good one.
Ooh, that mic got really loud for some reason. So they opened up with I think they spent all the licensing money on Miguel's Banana Clip. And then from there, it's a lot of two Childish Majors. That song that we just heard is actually Childish Major, featuring Dreezy, featuring Cam, featuring TT the artist, featuring China. I only know Dreezy. I don't know the other women on that song, if they are all women. I'm assuming they are because there's mostly women on these albums. I mean, on this soundtrack. So like Victoria Monet, Sasha Gohard, Lion Babe has been constantly talking about their feature on an episode recently on their Facebook page. Overdose, I didn't know they were still making music either. And some Radiant Children. I remember I looked up Radiant Children when I heard this song, Life's a Bitch. Cautious Clay, who that's a genius name. I've never heard of this person before though. And it's some other people. NAO, I'm aware of. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. Maybe it's Nah, maybe it's No. I don't know.
NAL.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
NAO.
I always say NAL because I haven't heard. I'd be looking for like YouTube interview just to hear somebody pronounce it.
Yeah, and that song features Sir, Little I, Big R. It's a good soundtrack. Y'all should go check it out. Y'all should definitely go check it out, especially if you love the show, because you'll be like, oh, I remember this song was playing during this scene. If you watch it as hard as we do. Excuse me, my voice is running out. So yeah, that was. I also thought it was just dope that somebody flipped that whole little freestyle she did into an actual chorus for a song, and they put the little beat behind it, and they gave it that West Coast bounce, which is dope. So I feel like that song is greatly Issa. Like it's perfectly Issa.
Mm-hmm. It is. I agree.
Yep.
Boop, boop.
So, Deidre, you have the notes for this episode. I watched the episode, but I did not get to watch it again to go back and pull out quotes and stuff. So you're gonna have to run this.
Sure.
Only thing I remember about the episode is how unkept, how unraveled she got per minute.
Yeah, that was funny. So of course it's the title's Obsessed Like, and it is true to the title with Issa, but it starts off with Issa in the bed thinking about Nathan all the time, and she's having these dreams of her teeth falling out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reoccurring dream.
Yeah, reoccurring dream. So if I have a dream book.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about your teeth falling out. So it states that dreaming about teeth falling out represents feelings of insecurity or inadequacy, just as dreams often occur at transition times in a person's life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know she said something along the lines in between that, oh, my teeth are rotten and they're falling out. And she says, if teeth are rotten or decayed in your dream, perhaps you have said something you regret. Spitting out lots of teeth indicates something you need to spit out or admit in waking life. So
Yeah,
she'll wake up later.
I think.
Because she'll wake up later and she'll be like, she'll wake up, where my teeth at?
Yeah.
She had a lot of moments.
She's like, oh, I gotta stop doing this.
Yeah, when I looked it up, it was definitely specific to telling somebody something that you didn't want to tell them, letting something out of your mouth that you didn't want to let out. And I thought that was perfect for what's going on with Nathan, because that's pretty much what she conveys to Molly later. You know, I feel dumb. I told this nigga all my shit. And even when she's trying to figure out why he left at certain points, she's like, maybe I told him too much. And she just keeps having these reoccurring teeth falling out dreams. And every time she wakes up, it's a new way for your teeth to fall out, it seems. Even she's surprised.
And she's insecure, clearly, as the unraveling starts. Of everything. You know, just sound, mind, spirit, look, just unraveling. Very insecure.
When she's in the shower and she's like, because she first wakes up and she's like, damn, man, it's been a week. And then she's like, oh, man, Tay Diggs follow me. Damn, Tay Diggs follow everybody. I wonder if he follows Nathan.
Everything.
She's like, don't be pressed. Don't be pressed.
Everything centered around Nathan. Like, oh, just like what she said to him, Nathan didn't text me. Oh, okay. And every movement, if the phone rang, hopefully that's Nathan.
Or she'd crack jokes like she know this nigga finally hitting me back after 72 hours, 33 minutes, and 54 seconds. Like, that's how she would act. And it would absolutely not be him. The text that her mom sent her had me crying.
Dude.
After she said, "Ooh, you know, you want to be freaky while I'm in the shower."
Dude, that is a text I get from my mom on a regular morning.
Wow.
I laughed so hard because it was so real.
What did it say? But the fruit of the spirit is
I was like,
love,
oh, that's
joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And I cried.
You know how preoccupied you are when you start getting mad at your mama sending Bible verses. Just like, no, mama, I don't nobody care about no fruit, no spirit.
And she dropped the phone.
Well, she had soap on her hands, and she was showering. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I do not go that far to answer my phone. I will not. If I'm soaped up, then you going straight to voicemail. I'm not about to get soap in my eye trying to read your text message. No, absolutely not. Also, these phones cost way too fucking much. You niggas that just spent $1,100 on iPhones, I hope y'all ain't using them bitches in the shower, because I'm sure they're water resistant or waterproof, and they're not the right one where you can get that bitch wet.
They're water resistant.
Water resistance. You know what I mean? You can get a splash on them junks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, my Fitbit is water resistant, but I'm not dunking.
Yeah, don't go swimming with that.
Wrist. Right, I'm not going swimming. like, or washing dishes, or taking a shower. Like, absolutely not. So it switches to Molly and Asian Bay, and his name is Andrew, and they're out on a date, and it seems like, you know, things are going well. You know,
I just like that he's Asian Bay. Like, that's what people just call him.
Well, he Asian nigga too. So you pick one.
He ain't got no day. It's just Asian Bay.
He's both. He's only Andrew when they looking for Nathan.
Yeah. Other than that, he's Asian Bay.
I don't know if you were paying attention to Issa's tweets during the show, but when this scene was going on, she tweeted out, "Did any of y'all remember the little Asian kid or Filipino kid that was in Immature?"
Yes.
Like, she randomly tweeted that, and I was like, "Yes, I do." But is he? First of all, is he Asian? Because when I looked him up, his name is like something Santos. So I don't think he's Asian.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think that little guy is Asian, or that grown man now is Asian. He did look Asian though. Like, I'm not even mad at that.
But yeah, he could be, you know, something else. So I will call him Andrew, since that's terrible.
It's also not him. Like, I assumed that it was like, oh shit, the actor, this must be the little Asian kid. And no, it's absolutely not. His name is Don Santos. His name was Half Pint when he was an Immature, but his real name is Don Santos.
Oh, Half Pint, that nigga, yeah.
We were just
I was trying to remember who it was.
I would say, what nigga did you think we was talking about? There was only one of them that wasn't black at one point in Immature.
Yes, but I was trying to get. I was like, man, who might? I was trying to get a picture, and I couldn't get it till you said hi.
And they were in House Party 3, wasn't he? He was with them in House Party 3, right?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Somebody let us know, is Don Santos an Asian name? I just want to know, is Don Santos an Asian name? Is that possible?
I mean, hey man, it could be.
Anything's possible.
When I Google Don Santos, you know what comes up? Mexico. It is. That's exactly what came up.
Mexico.
That's what came up.
The whole. All of Mexico.
It just said Mexico.
Country.
All of it.
I typed Don Santos and it says Don Santos and it filled it in with Mexico. That's what Google decided.
North, south, east, west, all parts of Mexico.
Say, when you brought that up, it was going to say, "Oh, a Mexican drink from such and such place."
It says Mexico and ceramics.
Wow,
which is racist.
Is a company? Is Don Santos a company now? Like,
no, I just think it's racist. Google is racist.
Oh Jesus! So I'm moving on.
Types in black people.
What?
Don't go in there and get yourself upset. Guess what's gonna happen? You gonna go in there and get yourself mad.
I know. I don't know if any of y'all watch Ballers, but I'm gonna be like, what's my boy? I can't remember what his name is. Is it Quincy? Whatever the boy's name is, running back. God damn it, Denzel Washington's son. Yeah, he got mad because he went to the white party and they was talking about black people in front of him like he wasn't a black person. He got really upset. So yeah.
Oh boy. So it flips to Lawrence and Chad, and my favorite quote in their little scene is, "Oh, you a TD Jakes nigga?"
And it's Ricky, it's not Quincy.
Yes, basically Lawrence says he can't go to the club because he got to go to church.
Mm-hmm. And Chad gets excited about that because he was like, "Oh wait, bitches." He's like, "I'll go too."
He said, "This bitch is at church."
Yeah.
Chad is going through some shit, bro. Like, he's having some light skin problems right now.
This is my favorite little story of the whole episode. Like,
he can't get
the funniest part in the damn show.
I just want to see his wife, his ex. Cause I just want to see how much, or his ex fiance. Like, she must have been a super baddie, because he is like all out of shape. But then again, you know, familiarity and comfortability will leave a nigga broken if it gets lost. So I completely understand why he's acting like this too. He's in light skin feelings. It's hard being light skinned sometimes.
Yeah, and I know somebody. I know a Chad, so this makes it extra funny. And then we also realize, which I need to start talking to my friends about, having a group stalker account on Instagram.
Okay, so I thought you was gonna give us the deets on this because I didn't know that y'all did this until I saw that y'all did this, and the fact that you don't do
No,
this
like
now leaves me upset.
You didn't know people had fake accounts?
Fake stalker accounts?
No.
Group stalker accounts amongst black women? No.
And I will admit, when I was younger, I did the whole, let me make another account.
Oh, Lord.
To look at this nigga to see if he was cheating. Like, I did that in college. But no, these bitches got like a group. Like, we share the password.
They stalk each other's stalkers.
That's some next level shit. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't like black stalking matters. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that girls kicked up. Like, y'all, man, if women ran the world, can you imagine how far advanced technology would be? We would be spying on other Guardians of the Galaxy, my nigga. Like, there's no way in hell. I wonder what them Spacian niggas doing over there.
I was like, kind of brilliant, but kind of scary.
Hey, nigga, get your Galaxy.
All y'all hoes doing it, like all y'all hoes
changing the password too.
So we just go change the. When did we change the stalker account?
Kelly, I'm gonna slap a hoe 85 or something later.
Oh my god.
She said, "Girl, my bad. I got paranoid. It's slap a hoe."
Paranoid for who? Who else is using the account till she had to get paranoid?
My thing is how many people, and that would be my thing. Like, usually you make like the fake account for a particular person. So the fact that it's a smooth 3 of y'all at least that have access to this one like bootleg account, how many people y'all stalking? And with Kelly, it could be a plethora of people. No wonder she had to change shit around.
Why is her? It makes what? All the sense?
Yes.
Why is her Instagram name Issa D Post? Like, goddamn, Issa, you couldn't come up with nothing. Issa, you could have said it's a post. It's a gram. Like, it's a song, Issa D Post. It's so Issa. And then her brother, of course, got to be the first nigga to leave a comment. Talk about something.
Her Instagram picture.
Yeah. I already told you about that shirt. Burn it. And also, you thirsty.
You thirsty.
This nigga always got 2 comments. His comments come in couplets. Like, that's the only way he talks to people. Y'all late and that's
Didn't Frida respond to that thing too?
She did.
I got that same shirt. Yeah.
Yes.
She had a look at her face like, my brother, right?
But that just shows you as well, like the level. That was the slow level of decline for her, Issa, because again, why is she taking this picture? Because she wants Nathan to see. Like, oh, I look pretty today, but I need Nathan to see it that I look fucking pretty today. And you like literally dropping niggas off in areas that they did not assign you to on Lyft.
Nigga.
Like the nigga's like, is this my area? Get out, please. Like, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Just so you can see how many people liked it. Preferably, you wanted to see if Nathan. I was like, oh, girl.
Which was going to do nothing but get you mad.
Right. And you're still stalking him. You're still Instagram stalking him. You then at one point you almost slipped up because
she
thought you was.
She did slip up. She didn't almost slip up. She sent that message. Okay.
No, but she saved herself.
Did she?
Deleted it.
Did she? Because you don't know if he saw that shit. You see, you don't never know if they saw that. Listen, somebody did that shit to my account. Somebody sent me some shit on Instagram that they did not mean to send me. And I got the message. It popped up. I was like, oh, messages. And I looked at the picture. I was like, that's not for me. And then I closed it. I came back like 5 minutes later. It was deleted. And I was like, I didn't delete it. Oh, shit. You can send a message and delete it. That's when I figured out you could send a message on Instagram and then delete it. Because I was like, where did that picture go? That wasn't for me, clearly. So, hey, he could have saw that shit. He could have been scrolling through his Instagram, and in the 2 seconds that it took for her to
post it and delete it. Yeah, that's true. Especially if the whole you single with the eggplant.
Nigga.
I said, oh, Issa. But she's literally stalking his Instagram. Because then that's where she was looking at his stuff and talking about, oh, who's this bitch? And then it was like, oh, it's
his mom.
She said, oh, your mama look young for 50.
His mama did look good, though.
Like, and you can see that picture. It clearly, that's an older woman.
I mean, he might be in the older women, though. You never know, Nathan. You know, everybody can catch this fade. You don't know.
You just bypass that whole caption.
I mean, she did, though, because she was angry first. This is what happens when you're angry first.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't never go into a situation angry first.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So then we go into Chad Gets Saved, which is
God. So look, first let's talk about this, like all of us have known the preacher that tries to be real down with the youth and be just throwing puns on top of puns on top of puns.
Well, they not puns, just actual lingo. He wasn't punning. He was just using nigga talk, street talk, to relate to the kids. I know y'all keeps it lit, but so does Jesus. What?
You worry about who? You're like, worry about who's lit. Who go keep your soul lit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the devil, when he gets a hold of you, he gonna slay, and you gonna like what? You're like, all right, my nigga.
Lord. But it was still a typical black church, because when that organ started playing,
nigga.
I said,
but look, like when we first get there though, Chad is literally sitting there like, there's a bitch.
I fuck that bitch.
That's a bitch.
She mediocre, but I still fuck her though.
he like, dude, like, come on. And he said, but I know some of y'all need to come back. If you done strayed, you get
the organ was playing. You already know what that means. Like, you need to come to the altar.
Yeah, the doors of the church
are open.
Come on up. And then Lawrence looks, because Lawrence is like, I can see Lawrence is kind of like, it's my first time back. I'll kind of get uncomfortable. Manually, I strayed so far, man. I strayed. Dude, I was cackling. I was in here dying. Why'd you say I strayed, man? I strayed.
Because that's what the nigga said. Look, first of all, how did Issa and them get Michael T. Williamson to do this? How did they get him to do this?
Oh god!
Like he legit had Chad in there waiting to exhale the whole sermon. I'm like, how did they get Michael T. to do this?
It's over. It's I strayed,
out here, bro.
I strayed so far.
And it was so funny.
I just love what happened to Lawrence. I love that whole. This nigga is really thinking about the vagina now. Like he is actually thoroughly thinking through if he should put his dick in women now. That's how scared he is. Even he was like, she's too much Jesus, and that woman looked good. I'm like,
she was pretty.
That's a pretty Jesus woman. Okay, I want to see if he can restrain, because she's showing up. She's like, I do this. I do Bible study, and then I do day study, and I take the kids on missions. And I'm like, oh, this is a lot. Can you do it, Lawrence? Can you hang? Can you hang with the Lord? Because.
And I feel like a part of him too was just making sure that he wasn't. I think he did have a genuine reason of getting there, but then when he met her, he was like, I want to make sure that I'm not end up doing what Chad was saying before. I just went here to meet a woman.
Well, it wasn't him either. Like he wasn't feeling that sermon. That didn't speak to him. It wasn't what he thought it was gonna be. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try something I usually don't do. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna go to church." And then he went.
And I like how the woman, she was like, "Yeah, because like she's like, he gets like that sometimes, but it took me a few times coming before I got there." I think it was a cool conversation.
She said it took a year.
Yeah,
that they were having with him, just trying to, because she never seen like, you need to come to all this stuff like that. She was just like, no, you can give it a chance. I was the same way.
She wasn't pressing.
I still like Chad at the end. He said, I'm gonna see y'all niggas later.
Yes. Oh my god. Who says that on church, girl? Like,
Chad,
I'm gonna see y'all niggas later. Get some.
He was so happy.
Oh man! Now I must not go to a New Age church. They got after service snacks.
Yeah,
like no,
I know that life.
No, you just carry your ass home.
Oh no, our church
you hungry
that.
already because you've been there long and damn enough. So
no, our church did that.
Take your ass home.
They had snacks, and I didn't go to church like y'all did at all. But our church definitely had.
Like the AME I went to,
my country church did not have no, unless you had a second service.
No, they had snacks. Sometimes they had sausage biscuits.
You know what your snack was? The mints.
Word.
That's what your snack was.
The word.
Eat the mints to top you.
Hope your grandma had one.
Here's the thing: they gave you snacks that made you go, "No, we got to go get some real food." Like they ain't give you. They be like, "Here's 3 animal crackers and the juice of Jesus," and it's like, "No, I don't know."
No, we ain't get none of that. Period.
I be watching my niece and nephew, and they be bringing snacks. I be looking at my mama like, "You didn't bring no snacks when I was young." sitting here.
Oh,
hungry.
now my mama did that in church. Like we used to go because it was the little corner store across the street. So we used to go to the corner store and get our little junk candy, and we could only pick like 3-4 things because she said you're not gonna make all this damn noise in the pew.
Mm-hmm. I ain't had that life. I had open mints. That's what I had.
I mean, you had the breath of Jesus.
So you might get a strawberry candy. That's about it.
We did that when we was younger, but once you got older, like snacks, girl. If you don't get your ass in this church,
no McMuffin on Jesus Day because you was in the sermon.
If you're hungry, feed yourself on the low end. Like, okay. All right, that will sustain you. Like, okay, thank you.
Lord, yeah, and that was the worst. Like to have a long service and you starving. No. Oh my gosh, used to go get water all the time. Oh, let me go to water.
I need Save Chad to just continue because
wow.
Yeah, Save Chad is great. Like
you give him and Kelly a show. You just have both of them, Save Chad and Broke Kelly.
Because he's still gonna be real niggerish in the Bible study. Now Judas, that was a dirty nigga.
See, that's not what got to me though. What got to me about this church was me and Ashley went to a church like this new age shit where they got like a jazz band set up going on stage, and then they got the big PowerPoint presentation in the background, and it's a bunch of folding chairs in front of a stage play where during the day they do sermons and at night they do improv. Like it's a community center. I'm like, what is this? They had the one we went to
actually a theater,
bro. Listen, this is how bad it got. The one we went to. We walked in. I mean, everybody was happy to be there. I mean, and people were showing up in they best press street clothes. So I was cool with that. I'm like, okay, come as you are, but press. That's fine. Use some starch before you come get you some Jesus. That is completely fine. Oh, Lord. So we walk up in there, and the first thing to the left is a Christ Bucks, a Starbucks in a church, but it's not Starbucks. It's the church's Starbucks, and everybody's getting coffee. Before they go in, they like, can I get a venti latte? Can I get this? And I'm like, bruh. And everything was like $3 more than Starbucks coffee. And then to the right, they had their own little Bible Barnes and Nobles where they were selling the preacher's books that was speaking today. If you need some extra word, buy this for $19.95. We sell bookmarks too. And I'm just like, bruh, they are making so much money out here. This is crazy. They are just cashing in on all of these people.
I can tell people all the time, the church, regardless, is still a business.
And we got one part of a sermon from the guy that was there, and then there was other people around the country and other community centers watching the sermon, teleplay. It was crazy. They all had their own house band though, so it was cool. They still had music.
Not a house band.
It is such a weird thing because you I just know for me, like, I don't expect my church to be up on the latest technology and all that stuff. Like, my church is supposed to be old, back in the country somewhere.
Yeah,
everybody hot. You know what I mean? Old dudes talking about the Lord.
I need a good choir. I don't need no band. I need a choir. You have the Beyonce of the choir that's gonna start singing. I need all of that.
I just, it's hard for me to get down with turning Jesus into a web conference. Like that just tripped me out.
Turning Jesus into a web conference.
That's what it is essentially. Everybody dials in.
Yeah.
They had a chat room. If people was like, you could put up praise hands when you felt the word in the chat room. So it kind of trips me out. When your pastor is using his tablet to go through his word of the day, that's when I'm like, we've come too far.
Yeah, instead of your old Bible, he going through his Apple tablet. Oh God!
I will say I got my Bible on my phone though.
That's not a problem.
I got it with me.
I don't think that's a problem. I just don't know which Bible he might be. When you get them Bible updates with your phone update,
Yeah. Oh boy! So then we go to Molly is still attracted to seahorses. So this is where she goes on her date, her early date with Asian Bae because what's homeboy's name? Torian?
Torian is the dude she worked with.
Torian's a lawyer.
What a nigga name. But, he had something to do where they couldn't meet up. So
he was at the gym. He was coming from the gym, and then she told him she had some stuff she wanted to present, and he said he didn't want her to present it till he had a chance to look at it, which basically means I want to steal your idea.
Yeah, but he was like, because he had to go, the judge called him in.
Yeah.
To do something.
Oh, okay. Either way, he's going to steal her idea.
Yeah, the judge was calling him in to do something. Like, they were supposed to meet and work on it, and she was like, oh, you know what, are you going to be back? And he was like, well, I'm not sure when I'm going to, be done with this. And she was like, well, I could just do the whole thing. I could just do the presentation, stuff like that. He's like, nah, I want to see it. Because that's what she was like, I'm being micromanaged, which I fully felt.
Yeah, I mean? I agreed with her. Right. And, even when she was, talking about it to homeboy, to Agent Andrew, I keep saying Agent, but Andrew, like, he totally get it. And they started going back and forth about stuff. And then, she brought up, like, that apparently he kissed his homeboy's girlfriend or something like that. And then he's like, just like you were, like dating or sleeping with a married man. And she this is the second date, right? This is the second date. And then this is where she got instantly offended. Like, she got offended by it.
That's Molly,
and it went downhill from there.
She didn't, but she constantly does that, right?
She does.
She's looking for that fuck up.
That's a bum move.
Yeah, she's looking for that fuck up. She like good. It's kind of like having white friends with her. Every dude she dates is like having white friends. You waiting for them to slip up and say the wrong shit about black people. And that's what Molly does with her dates. She's waiting for them to slip up and say the wrong shit to Molly that makes them a terrible, terrible Negro. But she can fuck with Dro week after week after week with him doing lazy slithering shit. She ain't got no problem with that. But man, my man is like, I can relate to you. I did some questionable stuff too. Kiss my boy's girl. You fuck this girl's dude. It is what it is. And she went way left field with it. Like,
she really did. Act like and then, of course she always acts like, I don't give a fuck. I'm thinking about me. But clearly, time and time again, that is not the case, because what you say does not, equal what your actions are. Because that statement should have not got you as bothered as it did.
Yeah, because from his perspective, he was like, just going back and forth on, we done both said some stuff to each other being, because we were high and different things like that. And she's like, oh yeah, when you said this, oh yeah, when I said that. And he made a little joke, and I think he felt a little way too, because he was like, I'm just coming on something similar that what you said, but you trying to seem like, you putting down on me, but you trying to seem like my situation is all different than yours and stuff like that. So I think he got a little pressed, but I think that was something you could have talked about. Y'all, that it should have been an instant. You know what? Don't even worry about that. Let's change the subject. That's what it should have went.
I mean, he tried to get her to come back, but she stormed off. He was like, and I can't even be mad at the fact that he didn't chase her outside, because that's typically what we see in shows.
I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, we constantly see that, running after her, talking her down. I'm apologizing, to me unnecessarily. I'm not saying that you might not have offended her, but even I'm sorry I offended you really isn't an apology anyway. So I don't know why that quells people's spirits when they get all fucking hyper upset. I don't get what the deal is with that. But I mean, own your shit, man. Just own your shit. Stop acting like it's everybody else's fault that you keep getting stuck in these situations. Again, I love what she did to Torian. Okay, that's the first decision that she's made where I was like, I don't know if that's the right decision, but I'm glad you're doing it. I'm clapping.
Yeah.
But she done alienated everybody in the office.
Which it didn't have to be that way. Like it legit didn't have to be that way. She could have let old girls know what she was doing. She could have worked with both. She could have helped them, and she could have got in with Torian. But Molly's problem is Molly does not talk. Molly gets on the phone and starts stammering and stuttering with people. She lets people talk over her. She doesn't fucking stand up for herself. She doesn't defend herself. So then she goes and she does some sneaky ass brown nose and shit, that's the way he's gonna see it. It's like, you went behind my back and did some shit, which again, fuck Torian and his big ass bald ass head. But it's the way she does this shit. She should have talked to him on the phone like, hey nigga, look, I don't work for you, I work with you. So if you can't make it, we've been working on this equally together. I can handle it. Go do what you need to go do with the judge. This is what I'm here for, to help you when you can't be here. That's pretty much it. Y'all could have talked it out, but this whole, I need to look over it first. Hey, nigga, I got experience. I don't need you doing that.
That's right. She acts like she's some rookie, and she's not.
She's not being upfront with him. And Torian is absolutely one of them niggas that you got to tell him shit to his face. You got to tell him flat out. You can't, don't be expecting this nigga to pick up on signs and shit, because he don't give a fuck about you. Your signs, your feelings, your nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on her, man.
Just showing all her insecurities that she has. That's all that is, which is sad because, you know, again, like everybody, you know, from the outside, a lot of times you see somebody like a Molly that, you know, seems like they're put together and they have everything in order, like they got a good job, you know, they live in this nice area, like all this stuff. And, you know, come down to it, she does not have everything together. She can't even get herself together as far as for like sticking up for herself, not just at work, but seahorses? Like you're still pining over seahorses? Why? Like this nigga done told you he has a baby. Move the fuck on. Like that should never be a sore spot at all. But Molly ain't gonna never learn. Then we get to
so how did we describe how this conversation happened where he brought up her fucking with Dro?
Oh, we did, because remember it started off as like they were kind of like talking about Coachella, and remember she said she really doesn't remember a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, then she said like it was kind of like playful flirting until he said the married part, but initially she was like, oh, you know, I remember when you said that you kissed your homeboy's girlfriend, and then that's when he said, oh yeah, I remember you also said, you know, you messed with a married man. And then that's when it turned. It went a complete 180.
Right. He said grime recognized grime. See, yeah. No, she instigated this. She dropped the first infidelity joke and she caught right back. She got back the same energy she put out. Nope. I'm sorry, ma'am. You don't get to cry over this one. You started this shit. This is like what happened with Wanda. Nope. You got Wanda Smith.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for Molly at all. Like she's really acting like a bum bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like a grade A bum bitch. So I don't feel bad for Molly.
She'll be all right.
Yeah, she'll be all right. And you know, then next note I had, Nathan puts up a new IG pic, and Popeye Issa comes out, and Popeye Issa means her eyes start bugging out like a crackhead. She is really wow. Like I understand the whole ghosting thing. Like I like the feeling of being ghosted is never a good feeling, especially when you invested feelings into somebody. And, you know, for them just to go completely MIA, the questions, you know, like, you know, what is he doing? You know, why hasn't he hit me up? Like those things are like justified, but she's taken it to an extreme I have never taken it before. Like she's super stalking him now. Yeah. So again, we talked about Nathan putting up his new IG picture and Issa getting like the bug Popeye eyes about it, and her stalking is getting to be worse. Like I was saying that I totally understand. I've been MIA, you know, with somebody that I've been dating and that I was really, really liking. And, you know, I thought it was going to go somewhere. And, you know, he just went MIA on me. So I know the feeling. Like I get it. I get the questioning, like, you know, like, did he really like me? Like all those things. Like, does he have another bitch? I get that, but it's never been this far along for me as it is with Issa.
I love the fact that she overslept. So for the plumber, and then she ran. First of all, she can't run. The way she ran to go let the plumber in was hilarious. But she was like, "How did you oversleep, idiot girl?" And she said, "Wait, it's not your fault. It's Nathan's fault." I was like, "Oh my God, she is absolutely losing. Like you can see the craziness soaking up all the moisture in her hair because right now her fro looks super dry. She's not taking care of herself at all. And then did Nathan post a picture or did another dude post a picture of his cut and tag Nathan in it like thanks for the cut, or was that on Nathan? Because that's why I got confused by that.
Dude, I'm literally going back through it right now. Cause I got
I think it was a tag.
That's what I thought. I thought Nathan got tagged by a dude who just got a cut from him, which means he's alive in this world and ignoring her.
Right.
Okay.
Cause she's looking at Nathan's like she has his Instagram open. And as she's looking at it, you know, she's going through some of the pictures. As she looks some more, a picture pops up.
Well, you know, on Instagram, like there's a little section where, you know, it'll show like pictures that you're tagged in. So,
yeah, because she's going through the pictures, and then she looks back on his page, and then she sees the picture. Soon when she goes back to the main page where all his shows all his picture, a picture pops up, and then that's when she started.
So maybe he did post it.
Yeah, I can't tell whose Instagram it is because it just says, "Good talking to you, bro. Thanks for the cut," and it is 22 likes.
Yeah, it says one day. Yeah, and it was a Chris on chill. So it seems like I thought it was somebody else.
Okay, so she's going
to him
because it's like pages.
the first person we see that respond like he didn't write anything up there.
Right. She's
like,
going.
Yo, I just did.
Oh no, it popped up on his. It popped up on his.
No, it popped up on his.
Yeah, it popped up on his.
Like it popped up on his. Like she was looking at his thing because it said Nate the Barber, and then it pops up because she was going through his picture. She goes back to his main screen. It pops up.
Yeah, he posted it. So he's active. He just ignored her ass. I mean, hey, cuts don't take 2 weeks. So he's ignoring her ass.
It's weird though because the first thing said 1 day ago though. The dude hit him up 1 day ago. So like, I know she'd been going and checking this shit religiously. She was sitting there looking at it.
What if it popped? Let's see. So okay, but is she looking at it from the
I don't know. Can
account?
you have all the? I don't have. Can you have automatic like stuff up there? Can you add stuff up there so things can automatically pop up on your feed or?
Yeah, I think there's an option where
people tag you and it pops up on your stuff. Like
that might be it.
It pops up on a different tab, so it's not going to be on like the stuff that you physically post. Like you can make a post and delay it, like have a timer on it, where it'll post, it'll post at this particular time, or if you want it to post consistently every day or something like that. But yeah, if somebody tags you, it's not going to be on your main page. It'll be on like a tab. It's like pictures you've been tagged in.
Well, no, it's on his main page under his account. It pops up and shifts all the other pictures over. But like Twan says, it says 1 day so it says the reply was from a day ago that this guy posted under the picture. And the picture pops up instantly and has 22 likes and has a comment from yesterday. So that's why I'm confused. How did this get? I don't know how this is working.
Yeah. And we know she's been stalking it. Like she just had to open.
Right, and she shouldn't have to refresh his page. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. I ain't gonna. We need a 20-year-old to come up here that's fully invested in Instagram to be like this is what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing.
Next thing I have is Molly versus what do you call that nigga's name? Torian. Torian. What? His name is horrible. Oh my god.
You see how it's spelled? That shit look Greek. It's Taurean.
What kind of fuck ass name?
I thought it was Torian, like Dorian, but no, it's Torian. Like this motherfucker.
Like Taurus, Torian.
Yeah, like Torian. Like this nigga battles gods and sea urchin witches or some shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on with his name. Like his daddy felt big in the bedroom. That's all I can say. The name, I'm gonna call this
Napoleon
little one
Complex.
I'm gonna call this little one Torian.
Little that nigga is. Ugh. So he gives her the salty face. I got a hearty chuckle about it because I wouldn't feel bad at all. I'd be like, boop.
She could have pulled him aside.
Did she really look salty, or she really look like?
No, he was salty.
Oh, he says okay.
She was like, for real.
She looked like, why are you upset?
No, she looked like for real. She was like, for real, you're not talking to me now because I went behind your back and did the presentation while you was going to talk to a judge. Like, that's what she looked like. But she should have straight called. Again, this was a moment for you to be like, oh, you're gonna be immature about this because we get good on our presentation and I'm somebody that you could count on now. You know that. So what's the problem? But she didn't do that. She got silent and kept walking like, I guess we'll be okay.
I think everybody in that office knows that she's out for herself.
Well,
like that's her reputation now.
I mean, they don't like Torian either, though. So, I mean, Torian being mad at you.
They didn't like, but Torian want to do like they didn't really like, but he does like he does his work and he's good at it. But they like that type of dude. But like they warned her about him. She peeped it and she still went over there. And then he basically did what he does, and now she's upset. So now you sitting in this new firm, walking around, and you on the island because you ain't got no friends, because you ain't got no colleagues who want to work with you.
What happened with the women? She absolutely didn't have to do. Like I said, she didn't have anything going strong for her right now. She just switched. She could have been a helping hand for both groups. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here to build bridges. And that's not what she did at all. She basically followed the car into their own parking garage. That's what she keep doing. Following employees into their parking garage. And stealing their spaces. So this is not cool. She needs to quit. She needs to kill it.
Yeah. So the next thing I have is Stalker Vibes Issa. And this is where, this was the great part. When Molly and Issa went to Andrew's house because now she's on full crazy after she sees this picture and now she needs to know where he is. So continuing wearing the pajamas that she wore earlier that morning, her and Molly buy these croissants or danishes or whatever and bring them to Andrew's house, and Molly's used as a decoy for Issa to look and see if Nathan's home. And instead of her walking away, because I'm sure she has a smell, she's like, oh, can I use your bathroom? And she shucks and jives like Tyrone Biggums. And instead of using the bathroom downstairs, she makes sure she beelines it upstairs to that bathroom.
But Andrew is smart enough.
Wow.
Andrew is smart enough to know what the hell is going on. He seems to be a pretty like perceptive person. I'm sure
their house is nice. That's one thing I wanted to.
Well, it's 3 niggas living there. That's why.
Does he think that she's doing it for Nate, or does he think that Molly's doing it for a reason to come talk to him?
I think that he knows Issa's looking for Nathan, but Nathan ain't there, so he ain't got shit to worry about. Because best believe if Nathan is ghosting Issa and Andrew is trying to talk to Molly, you know how niggas are. I'm pretty sure Andrew knows that Nathan is ghosting Issa.
Which again would have been the best thing for her to do, would have been to just straight up ask him.
Yep, but we don't do that. We're going to be Detective Issa.
If you straight up ask him, you can get a lot from how he replies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if this, and
he looks like he keep it 100 too. So,
like, is he going to like A? He might just tell you the straight up truth, or B, if he's trying to cover his dude, you might see him trying to do that. Hey man, I'm just I've been worried about Nathan. I ain't seen him in a while. Oh, he good. Like you can gain something from just asking that dude directly, and you wouldn't even come off as a stalker. You can come off as like, y'all know I'm the girl, right? Y'all, we done met, we done did the whole Coachella, got high together and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like that. We've been kicking it for a while. I ain't seen him in a while, man. Like, I'm kind of worried. You could have played that card.
Yeah. Let me take a minute to pause and do some free advertising. This is all Shanna's fault. We're not getting paid for this. She wanted me to make sure that I pointed out Porto's, these Porto donut things that they brought Andrew, because Porto's seems to be a pretty big deal in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, they have delicious cheesy guava cheesy pastry treats or whatever. I don't know, but supposedly in her words, their guava pastries are the bomb.
Okay.
So if you go to LA, go to Porto's and get you some, because some of this unsponsored free advertising for cheesy dough pastries.
Yeah. That doesn't even sound.
I don't know what it sounds like. I mean, they look good. I'm not a pastry person. I'm definitely not a cheese pastry person.
I don't know how I feel with guava and cheese, because that's like super sweet with cheese.
I'm just not a cheese pastry person. Not really. I don't do cheese and pastries. Not really my thing. But their stuff looks. They got like these bagels that look like they got like hot dogs in them or something.
I'm about to look.
I got you. Hold on.
Yeah,
I dropped you the link.
Cheese and guava just was like, that don't mix, bruh.
I mean, they doing it though. They doing it big. They on Insecure. It must be delicious.
I mean, I'm not saying that their other stuff is not delicious. I just, those two things just to seem like they don't mix well.
I'm just telling y'all, I don't know, because I don't do cheese and pastries.
What's it called?
Hold on. I got you links in the chat.
Okay.
Links in the chat. And they got a bake at home thing. Get notified for that. They got a nice little site.
Now, so yeah, I can eat this guava roll because there's no cheese in it.
Does that look like a hot dog? It look like it's hot dog in them rolls. But
this guava and cheese,
they got some nice. They got look at now these little apple and cherry danishes they got though. These other pastries, these look delicious. They got some mango turnovers. These look really good. These mixed berry Danish. This mango empanada looks pretty good. They got a pineapple. Okay, they got some shit now. I'm interested. They got an old fashioned. They got an old fashioned cinnamon roll. They got an elephant ear. I don't like elephant ears. I don't like the texture.
I love elephant ears, but they got a mango cheesecake.
They got raspberry cookies, nigga. What in the world?
Oh, that looks good. That fruit tart looks good too.
Look at these little beautiful cute cupcakes. I feel like Donkey. Where the parfaits? There they are. They're the parfaits.
Yeah, I like all this stuff.
They got a lot of shit, dog. This is a lot of shit. They really do. They got a quesadilla. What is this quesadilla? It's just a quesadilla? It's just a quesadilla. It just says quesadilla.
They really do.
That's all it says. It says it's a cake. It's a quesadilla cake. It's a cake made with cream cheese. I don't do pastries and cheese. Sour cream and rice flour.
Do you see these little itty bitty tiramisus?
I see these chicken empanadas. I see these chorizo pies. Oh my Jesus!
Oh, you on savory?
Oh my nigga! Oh my nigga! They got a spinach feta croissant.
Oh, that chorizo pie look bomb as fuck.
Chorizo. They got a meat pie.
The spinach feta croissant.
Nigga, why they meat pies?
Oh, they got tamales.
Why they meat pies look like biscuits?
I would fuck that chorizo pie up. Like, how much are these?
Nigga, they got cheese and spicy bell pepper potato balls. I'm all in.
They're $149 each. Is the chorizo pie. Nigga.
That's $10 worth of chorizos I'm spending.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, give me 4 of those.
Here's a tenner, sir.
Tamales. I just said, give me some of those.
Oh, nigga, and they do special. They do events. Nigga, they do Mother's Day. They do holiday cakes. They do Mother's Day.
Well, my birthday's next week. Can they send me some? Send me some for my birthday.
They got some football cookies when you ready for goal. Nigga, they got a pumpkin pie that's 9 inches. Did you see how thick this Dutch apple crumb pie is?
Yes.
Nigga. What the hell? What is a seafood potato ball? I don't even know, but I'll try it.
I would fuck that all the way up.
I don't even like these Dutch apple crumb individual pies though.
Don't they look good?
Okay, listen. Why are we still talking about Insecure? We need to continue to talk about this. Because these are delicious.
They have a raspberry passion fruit. Oh my God.
They got so much going on here that looks great.
I would eat. They even have little individual bread puddings.
And this is one of those places you can go and get whatever type of bread you want. Because look at all the different selections of breads.
Let me look at the bread.
Ciabatta roll, sourdough, French roll. Look at all these sandwiches that you can make with different tastings.
Bread.
All these different things to put some meat into.
Even these marine crackers, I would fuck up. That Cuban roll, ooh.
They got a chocolate hazelnut Bazito cookie. I want one of these. It looks like a huge Hershey Kiss. I want one of these.
That sounds really
So I guess we just done talking about Insecure.
No, we can go back to Insecure now.
I mean, yeah.
Look, pastries, nigga. Don't act like you don't eat a pastry, nigga. You eat pastries.
I mean, but I can't. This is in California. I can't get the pastry.
You see the shortbread cookie?
Mm-hmm. It's bread short. It's bread and short. What was we talking about? Oh, they showed up to Andrew's house. All right, so they showed up to Andrew's
with these
house.
Deliciousness. Okay. Like, they showed up to Andrew's house. Because, you know, with, so they, after Issa did her shucking and jiving to go upstairs to use the bathroom, Molly was, you know.
Fighting.
You said what?
Fighting. She's fighting again.
She heated up them little pastries for him, put it on the plate, all that stuff. And she really said, I think you should apologize.
Didn't she say
she apologized? She did a little fake apology.
I forgive you.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I forgive you. I forgive you.
Yeah.
Which is like that instantly, like
you said that man's house.
If you're in a conversation, if you take responsibility for what you did, then the other person more likely will do the same thing.
Why can't she do this with the people she work with? The gall that she has with Andrew, why she can't have that with Torian? I forgive you for thinking I couldn't do that presentation by myself and me having to surprise you and show you I could. It's okay, Torian. Mm-hmm. Why couldn't she do that? Keep that same energy.
There's a part of me that feels like when he was like, all right, I know you ain't come over here just to give me all the way, I think they say all the way to Burbank to get some pastries. Like, I think he's thinking like, obviously you came over here to talk to me. And then the first thing you say is, I forgive you. And he was like at that point, he was like, wow, okay.
Right, because she was like, you made a bad joke and you don't know me like that. And he was right, making a bad joke is the same thing as you walking out on me on a date. And he's basically like, look, I met one Molly at Coachella and now I'm meeting a different Molly. My only question is, are they all this fucked up? And I'm like, damn, but he don't care about you at all no more. Like that. Mm-hmm. That didn't need to be said, but I like it sometimes when people just keep it real in your face. Hey, I don't know what's up with you. You was one way this way and I was cool with that. And you was one way another way. I was cool with that. But in all honesty, despite me being cool with that shit, are you always this fucked up?
Dude, I was just talking to a kid about this, like a situation like this, where like you went around acting this certain way, right? And having no problems with it, doing it to everybody else. Then as soon as somebody does the same thing to you, you lash out. Cause that's basically what happened. Like she's like, oh, you made a joke and that joke wasn't funny. You don't know me like that. But I'm like, you started by making the exact same thing to him. Mm-hmm. You did the exact same thing to him. He just rolled with the punches. So don't get all different towards him because you still in your feelings about that. He didn't do that. You said, oh, you doing this? And he's like, oh, is it that different from you doing this? That's it. So like, he looking like, all right, it might have got a hand, but it wasn't no offhand comment that I brought up just to attack you. You made a joke. I made a joke back. That's what we did. Mm-hmm. She was sounding real, sounding just like that woman from that Cat Williams interview.
Oh yeah, Wanda
Smith. Yeah, it's Wanda Smith. She Wanda Smith this whole episode. First of all, why does Issa call Aunt Nathan messy, but his room doesn't look messy to me? It looks pretty damn organized.
I mean, it wasn't like nasty at all. It was fine to me.
Yeah, and then she found the Coachella band and she was like, oh, she was like, did it mean something to you? Basically, it being us. And then she finds his Coachella band in his soccer underwear drawer. We don't know which one it is. She just opened it up all the way. And she's like, it did. And I'm thinking to myself, I have every band from a festival. I keep all them shits. And Ashley always be like, why do you still have that? I be like, because it's a memory of what I did.
Yeah, I keep all my bands. I even on some of them I even write like what, concert I went to. It's just memories. It has nothing to do with a nigga.
Yeah, I keep like on my my cover for my tablet, which I really need to upgrade my tablet. But I don't use tablets, so there's no reason for me to upgrade it. I just solved that problem. My tablet cover is all of my photo stickers, like my photo press pass stickers. Mm-hmm. Just like when you go to music venues, they typically hand you a sticker that'll say like photo press or photo on it, and it sometimes it'll be a sticker with the artist's name on it in their picture for whatever the banner was for that night. They put it on that sticker. So I have like a bunch of those just on my cover for my tablet. That it's you know, it's a semblance of some shit that I shot. Like I was able to go shoot this concert. You know, that's just my way of remembering that shit. I definitely kept two of my Governor's Ball bands, and I honestly don't plan to go back to Governor's Ball anytime soon. Not for any particular reason.
I kept mine.
Yeah, I kept mine. I'm just old. This Governor's Ball is a lot. I'm just old, and it's expensive as fuck. It's like $800.
Yeah, like when I saw Outcast twice, I kept those. Like you keep things like that if they mean something to you. It has nothing to do with the person.
And he kept it. I mean, it could absolutely have been because he had fun with her on the Ferris wheel. It also could have just been that he took that shit off when he got home and threw it in a drawer. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't know, and he's not there.
But that's the mind of, you know, when you are reaching for straws. So
yeah,
it is like, you know, like a clue game for lonely hearts. That's all it is.
Can I keep it 100? I'm so glad his password was in Houston. Like, this thing about people guessing people's passwords in movies and shit, it's so fucking stupid. Y'all know how many fucking password generators there are in the world? You know how many fucking rules there are now? My Best Buy password got to have 3 special characters, emoji, and 3 capital letters. Like, there's no fucking way you about to guess my fucking password.
They really do. It be like, all right, you need 2 letters, a capital letter, 1 Sanskrit, 1 Hebrew.
Something in tongues. And then at the end, it'd be like, nope, you missed number 16 of the rule, so you got to go back and fix your password.
Damn.
You'd be like, damn, but that was a good one. I actually remember that shit. Like, there's no way you going to type Phenom in my computer. It's just going to be open. Oh, I know something about Phenom. He loves Ashley. Type in loves Ashley. Look,
but
that's his password.
Though, man? Like, you know it because you ain't IT dude. People be stupid, man.
Oh, no, but see, that's why they put those... That's why they put those requirements in place now, because like one of the most popular passwords was like Love 14 because people are fucking stupid. And
but they don't have those requirements when you lock your computer.
What do you mean?
Like if I go on a website to fill out to get a password, they have the other, but to just set up the password so you can get access to like.
Oh yeah, no, because that's your personal computer.
They don't have those requirements, so your stuff can still be stupid.
True, but they do that because it's your personal machine. But again, I agree, they absolutely should.
No, I'm like you though. I was happy it wasn't Houston because I'd have been like, nigga, for real,
bruh.
That's your password,
nigga. You know, don't put his dick in you anymore. He dumb. His password is Houston. Like, I want to see what the second password is that she tried. She was like, unless. I feel like she was about to try her name.
She was. Did.
Yeah, she
she a fool.
That's how then Molly comes in. She was like, girl.
She looked at her like, what are you doing?
Oh my God. Like she was, like Issa was a stone cold stalker. Like she's smelling his cologne like, oh yeah, that's him.
She said, that's him. That's him.
That bitch crazy. She was about to roll in his fucking bed and shit. Like that bitch was crazy. If she sniffed the underwear, I would have been done.
I thought she was going there.
Molly would have came in. She's sitting in that nigga hoodie, just wrapped up in it.
Girl, if he ain't leave his dick in there by accident, what is you doing? That's the only reason. That's the only thing. Like she really is trying to hack his laptop, and it's like Issa and Molly are there to balance out each other's brokenness, but they both still broken because they both helping each other, but they both broken. So they'll never be fixed. Like,
yeah, they're always like, I still don't get how she thought Issa was going to be his password, but yeah, like even when they went into the car and, you know, Molly was trying to talk her, you know, it's ironic, but yeah, her trying to talk some sense to Issa, and Issa said that, you know, pretty much he made me feel more than a fuck up. Is what her quote was.
Yeah.
Hmm?
No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was like, it's really sorry, but it's like I get it. Like I get that whole feeling, especially when this is somebody new. This is somebody who, she didn't have any baggage with, like with Daniel and with Lawrence. So this is somebody that she felt like she can just be, open and honest Issa, no, smoke and mirrors. And it seemed like that he liked her back. And the fact that he ghosted and, left her half crazy, I see how she feels very vulnerable. So, I mean, I've been there in that feeling of like, what, trying to blame it on me and what did I do wrong? What about me? That he didn't like. So those are natural feelings going through a process of like rejection, so to speak. And so I felt for Issa in that one. I'm just glad that she stopped her crazy after all of this. Because if she had, started to do more digging into finding out where he is and all that stuff, she would have really gone over the deep end. Because what she did at the house was crazy already.
Remember, she was ready to bring it back in. She was like, why she said it? And the body's like, are you thinking about bringing it back in?
Andrew leaves at 8:00, and it's like, girl.
I think I saw a window open.
And it's like, the thing is, say Nathan was there, or she like runs into him, she's still not going to get the closure that she thinks she's going to get. It's just not going to happen, because in her mind she's going to have this one scenario that's going to play out, and he's going to say, I'm sorry, and then we should get back together, when reality is that definitely does not need to happen. He could really play her and act like he don't know her, or he could play her to say like, the feelings weren't there. Or even if he is honest and says, I ghost, I fucked up, blah, 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 it's still not going to give her that closure.
I still think that nigga in jail.
He's not in jail, nigga. He doing cuts, bro. You just saw his Instagram shit pop up.
I don't know, man. I still feel like that nigga in jail. That nigga somewhere.
He's not in jail. He's with another woman or guy.
Yeah, it could be either or. Yeah, I think I'm with Brandon. I think he moved on to somebody else.
He's up in somebody else's bed. That's all that is. He was with her. He was in her bed for like a couple of days, and then he ghosted her the first time for like a week. And then he came back and he was all up under her again for a couple of days, for 2 or 3 days. And then he was gone again. Like, he was all up in her life. And then he was gone again because he all up in somebody else's life. That's pretty much what he's doing.
And the thing is, he's going to do the same thing to the same person.
Of course.
The person he's with now, because that is what he does. So that's why, which is, like I said, in hindsight, she needs to understand it's really not her, it's him. But, she still thinks it's something that she did, and it'll never be anything you did. So that's why I said the closure that she thinks she's getting or wants when she wants to see him it's not going to help her.
No.
This is enough closure she needs. This nigga's gone. Like, just move on. Nothing he can say or do, or you want him to say or do, it's not going to change anything. He still got issues. So after that, then we went on. This is when Lawrence and Bible Bay went on their ice cream date.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where he had this realization, like, I don't think I'm ready for all its Bible glory. She's like, oh yeah, she says, after I did Bible study in a week, and then I started doing these activities. And she says, after I was fully invested after a year, and he was like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part. That part. I keep forgetting it. So, like, well, 2 things as we moved on to back to Lawrence. One, the fact that Issa is running around for the first. These episodes are about 26 minutes long. For the first 22 minutes of this episode, looking like somebody's mother trying to buy presents on Christmas morning. And the other one is in the car, where Issa and Molly are talking, and Molly's trying to talk some sense into her. Issa says to Molly, finally at the end, I just don't know if I'll ever feel that way with somebody else. And Molly shuts up so fucking fast because they do connect on that. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know if anyone will ever make her feel the way Dro made her feel, which there's so many questions, but that's how she feels. And that's how Issa feels about Nathan. So on that, they don't have an answer for each other because Molly's still going through it. Mm-hmm. You know, that's Issa is in the start, and Molly has been probably a month or some change removed, and is still going through it. So
right, because if you think about the little statement she made at the second date, like she kind of told homeboy like he made me think that it was going to be a certain way, talking about Dro. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
but he didn't.
The delusion.
He never did that. Like he was all never. You never went over his crib. Y'all never really went out like that. He was always up in your bed. He had a key to your place. He was hanging out at your spot. You was absolutely on the side. Mm-hmm. So and
he told you that from Jump Street. That's how it was going to be.
And he immature as shit. Like, I'm sorry, man. That whole the fact that. That's why I still don't understand why Candace being pregnant bothered her. I'm sorry, I just don't. Like she looked at Issa like, what the fuck? And Issa was like, I know, girl, it's terrible. And I'm thinking to myself, is it? Because she's with child and she seems happy.
And she's with child with her husband.
Also, if she got pregnant by a nigga that she is in an open relationship with, and she is that happy, like she came into that room and that room lit up. All right, she looked at Molly, hey girl, Issa, hey girl. Then she was like, y'all having a serious conversation. I'm going to go head on over here and let y'all do y'all thing, but I'm so happy to see y'all and my happiness and my pregnant self. If she is that fucking cheerful, she is fucking infinitely more niggas on the side than Dro is fucking women on the side. Absolutely. There's no way you can convince me that she is not getting some of the most pristine dick in all of LA right now. And Dro is like, him and Molly still fighting. Like, y'all need to look and learn.
I think that's Dro's baby, but regardless.
Oh, no. I think it's Dro's baby for sure, because I think Candace is smart with her shit.
Right. And if it came to the point where she did get pregnant by one of her others, he's so immature, he would lose his fucking mind.
Oh, he would.
I think it's Dro's baby, but
it'll be on paternity court for sure. I'll be watching on YouTube.
Yeah, but when she said that line, I was like, the delusion, girl. That is the problem. She still has it wrapped in her head that it was something else when it was clear cut. Like this was all it was going to be. You was going to be the side piece.
It's something else. No, it's what it is. Like y'all doing too much.
Oh my gosh. So the last thing it comes down to is, so Issa, she realizes, so she's doing the whole going through the quote unquote, I guess, breakup and moving on situation. So she deletes his number, she logs out of the group stalker account.
Thank God.
Bitch. So she does that. She deletes all his numbers. She pretty much tries to get rid of anything that can, I guess, make her think about Nathan, especially, or give her that inkling to call him. So she deletes all that stuff. And, she goes to her entrepreneur class. And when she gets out, she waits for Lawrence. I guess she called him. And so they start talking, and then they end up going to the coffee shop and having a nice conversation about, what's going on with their lives and whatnot. So I want to ask you guys, like, how did you feel about their interaction together?
Well, before that, like, make sure you point out that she finally is kept. when this happened. She
looks much better, y'all. Like she
deletes
got
this
some
nigga.
perfume on. She actually washed her hair. She put some deodorant on. Like she's back to looking like cute Issa like she normally does. You know, she got some little shells in the back of her twist. Like, you know, she's back to being normal Issa.
Yeah, she went to that little class that Lawrence told her about, so she can she can get her. It was an entrepreneur workshop, so they could look over her little PowerPoint that she did and help her get that together. This thing that she thinks she's gonna do in a month, but it is what it is. And okay, so back to your question.
Yeah, my question was, so of course, like you said, with the entrepreneur class, they met up afterwards, Lawrence and Issa, and then they ended up going to the coffee shop. You know, just talking about updates, you know, things like that, what's going on in their life. And I wanted to know how did you feel about their interaction?
Personally, I was watching this scene and on Twitter, I was like, nope. Y'all not gonna have me feeling good, looking like Molly at the baby shower, watching Lawrence and Issa talk, looking at them like they're a cute couple and they should be together. Nope. It's too soon. These niggas are still broken. Issa's trying to get her life together. She just got over Nathan 30 minutes ago. This whole familiar shit, this comfortability and familiar shit, this is too fast. Yeah. We can't, just don't do it this way. Like, they can have a friendship, that's fine. It's cool to see exes be able to have coffee and talk together and move on. People should be able to do that more often. But, you know, everybody's different. But do I want to see them back in canoodling with each other and shit? No, because he just got his dick clean. He's finally vaccinated. And she just deleted a light-skinned nigga from her life, which, you know, at this point right now is a come up. So, no, I think they need to continue on their own paths. She has been through the nigga from her past that she thought she liked a lot and found out that he has issues. But she latched on to him for a while, right? And he was kind of, what was toxic about him was kind of weighing on her. So she finally got out on her own again. But then Nathan pops up. And she's like, oh, this is a different type of nigga. So if I change the way I act with him, it'll change the situation. But the only thing she did was change the amount of information about herself and how open she was. She didn't change the way she acted with niggas, which was still latching onto a nigga, still jumping into some shit headstrong, because that was the only solid thing that she had that she didn't have to worry about. Because at the moment, she doesn't have a real job. The superposition is trash. Uber or Lyft job is okay. But she's now trying to do this new project to start her own little, you know, Coachella or whatever she's calling this shit, right? So she's worried about a lot of things, but Nathan seemed like something stable and solid. And he wasn't. You know, he was off the bat flaky before the Coachella shit. He was flaky after she got that dick. He was flaky when she was getting that dick. She latched onto a nigga and it drove her insane afterwards. Like, it literally almost broke her because, again, it was the only solid thing that she had latched onto, and now that shit was wavering. Like, she couldn't even hold on to that. So she had nothing. So she literally unraveled and fell apart over it. Then you meet back up with Lawrence. You see that he's doing good with himself, but you have absolutely no idea for real what's going on in this man's life. This man is just getting over a chlamydia. It's like he almost had a death in the family via chlamydia. So you need to really step back. And sometimes maybe you just need to take a break from niggas. She tried that hotation shit. It didn't work for her. You know, she lived with Daniel. It didn't work for her. She got up under Nathan. It didn't work for her. Her and Lawrence didn't work. Like, it worked for a while and then it didn't work. Issa needs to be by herself at this point. She needs to get herself together. She needs to really focus on this Coachella shit. That's like, they look cute together in that final scene until we see them fucking around on each other again. And then we gonna start dropping the girls I told you so. Nah. That's bullshit. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Juan?
I didn't really see them as just getting back together. I just saw them as both of them in a good place. And in a good place where they could just talk and not have all the extra baggage. I mean, there was times where you could see how they just, when they saw each other, when they looked at each other, it was just this certain feeling that everything froze in that moment. And it just seems like, I mean, they do have that familiarity, do have that place that, okay, because we know each other and there's always comfort in that. But I do see both of them as like, you know, we just in a good place now. And I think when she said last episode, when she was like, when she talked to him and she was like, I think, you know, I feel like I'm over him. Like I don't have those same extremes of emotions that come when I see him. You know, I think he was feeling the same way, which was very different than when Drew and Molly saw each other at that party. You know what I mean? You could still see that shit was still fresh in there. So I think they're both gonna be moving on. But stay friends.
One will hope, because I got friendship, but then I got,
Dick shit.
A little bit of spark. Because, this is, this is somebody you've been with so long and you're comfortable with, and, being being in a comfortable relationship with somebody, can be a dangerous thing. Because it's easy for some people. It's that whole, it's easier to deal with somebody that I already know versus trying to get together with somebody I don't know at all. So that could be a slippery slope depending on how it goes. I agree that, Issa needs to be by herself. And there's a lot of people who feel like they have to have somebody. Molly needs to be by her fucking self. Like they need to learn to love themselves, and all these insecurities that they have about, not being the right person for somebody, the talk of even entertaining a fuck nigga that is married, like those type of things, they just need to be by themselves. They need to love and explore themselves and understand what they truly want. Because I don't think, either one of them truly know what they want in a significant other. And even if they do know what they want, are they ready for that? Like, are they in a position to be the same type of support for that significant other, as they would want that person to be for them? And neither one of them are at all. They're not emotionally at all ready for that. So I think they do need to be by themselves. So it'll be interesting. Next episode is the last episode. Boo-hoo cry. So sad. Did you see the flowers for the next episode?
Mm-mm.
So when they were showing like the clips for the next episode, Issa got some flowers on her doorstep.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. They made it seem like it was from Lawrence, though.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought from looking at the trailer. But maybe I just put those two together myself.
Yeah, I was like, wouldn't that be fucked up if that was Nathan?
Nigga, he ain't buying no flowers. This nigga can't even remember whose bed he's sleeping in while he in the bed.
Oh, Jesus.
When he dozed off, when he like went off into another land, he almost forgot who he was just fucking.
Daniel. Maybe it's Daniel.
It might be Daniel. What if it's a nigga we haven't seen yet? What if they just decide to introduce a whole nother backstory, nigga?
And a whole nother nigga. Oh, Lord.
That shit gonna be from one of her friends.
I hope it's from Kelly. I hope it has a letter in it that says, I picked these bad bitches for a bad bitch.
Did you see Kelly ass flicking off that nigga and then gonna say, oh,
that's not him.
I don't know him.
That's not him. And then she went to go holler at him because he was cute.
Kelly is a national treasure. I don't care what nobody. What a great woman. I was like, this bitch is crazy. Oh boy. So yeah, next episode, Sunday, the final hurrah. It's gonna be sad.
Yep.
So I think that we pretty much covered everything.
Shout out to Yvonne Orji, aka Molly. She is in, I don't know if this is a shout out. Shout out to her anyway. She's in night school. She got like 2 lines, but she's in Night School.
What's Night School?
Oh, it's the Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish movie that's coming out this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She has 2 lines.
She plays Kevin Hart's fiance's friend. And they try to make it like it's a Pam and Martin relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only for like literally 4 minutes of the movie. And then after that, I don't know what they were trying to do with her character. And I was like, she is literally one of the stars of Insecure, and y'all cannot give her more shit to do. Like, y'all really did not play on this whole her and Kevin Hart don't get along bit that y'all set up. So I was a little upset about that. But she's in it. She, still dressed to the gods, slaying.
Yeah, Molly can dress now.
Say. So, is what it is.
Okay. I think anything else that we didn't discuss?
I'm probably sure I'll forget something, but at the moment, can't think of nothing other than another season of Insecure that is ending too fast.
I mean, it just feels like it started.
I appreciate it because there are other shows coming behind this that I need to catch up on, and I really can't be sitting for the next 12 weeks, another 12 weeks, watching this show like intensely like this. And I don't think Black Twitter can handle it. I don't think Black Twitter can handle like a 24 season of Insecure. It would just be too much.
Too much stress.
It would be too much. Yeah, it's too deep. It would be too deep, and I don't think you could be that deep for 24 episodes every year.
No. This is a 10 episode season.
It's an 8 episode
at
season
the most.
Right now.
At the most.
Oh yeah, at the most.
Yeah, the most.
Yeah, I couldn't see them doing like. Again, this is why some of the shows that y'all watch, the writing is fucking awful because they got to come up with 24 stories to write every year. That's hard. That's hard. It's only so much shit you can make Barry Allen do 22 times a year every year. Okay, so I appreciate any show that is under 13 episodes at this point. I will give you a chance. I will absolutely give your first. If you are under 13 episodes, I'll watch a few episodes. If you are under 10 episodes, I'll watch the whole season. Even if it's bad, I will watch the whole season, hoping that it gets better. But if you got over 10 episodes and the first like 3 episodes are terrible, I'm done. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like, you can keep that little show over there. I got bigger and better things to watch.
So true. I do agree with that. Oh, that's so funny. Well, I think that's it.
Yep, that's it. We done. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Insecure HBO reviews. This is episode 7, Obsessed Like. And if you appreciate this podcast, please go tell somebody to come listen to us. I'm gonna throw a plug, just because I want to ruin a whole bunch of other people's week.
Oh.
If you need a podcast to go listen to that is just some of the most depressing, scary shit that will infuriate you to no fucking end, go check out Wondery's Dr. Death podcast. That podcast.
Wait, what?
Wondery has done a 6-episode series. They just wrapped it up this week, so it's done. So you can listen to the whole season of this show now. I had to wait each week to get to a new episode, which was frustrating. They're doing a podcast called Dr. Death. And it is about this doctor down in Dallas who did 30-something operations and killed like 3 people and paralyzed or left permanently like injured like 26. And it's just about how the health system was protecting him and constantly shuffling him around as he was actively like injuring people to near death, if not to death.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a full investigative just breakdown, interviews with patients, interviews with other doctors that worked with him, And it just really shines light on how broken our health system is, because like in states like Texas, it's very difficult for you to get like a malpractice suit against a doctor going. They have passed laws to protect doctors over patients. And hospitals have done the same. So it's wild scary to hear what this dude did. Like, they go into detail.
I need to listen to this.
It's good. I mean, it goes into detail about what this guy did, but man, he mangled people. Like, he went in and he just, like, man, like Stevie Wonder did your surgery. I mean, he was a neurosurgeon. So he was fucking up people's spines and backs. I mean, putting nails in the wrong place. It was so crazy, yo.
Wow.
Like, I think one doctor came behind him to try to save a woman, and he was like, this looks so bad, I feel like he did it on purpose. Like, it's like everything, it's like he knew what he was doing, and he did everything the exact opposite of the way you should do it, on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at this. Yeah, I'm adding this.
So yeah, absolutely. Dr. Death, if you were worried about going to get a physical before, you definitely will be after this. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, they have a new serial podcast.
I saw. I might listen to it. I'm just not.
I heard it's about some of the Baltimore, I guess, smaller cases.
Of course, because they bringing it back to Baltimore because the second season didn't do as well.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be like smaller cases, and I guess it's supposed to go behind the scenes as far as for more in depth with like the jury and stuff like that. So I said I was going to check out an episode, and that could tell me if I need to continue or if I need to stop. Because I think for season 2, I got through 2 episodes and I was like, nope.
I got to like 4 and then I didn't care anymore. Like, I literally went to listen to a new episode and I didn't remember any of the stuff I listened to.
It was so boring.
I just didn't care about that case. Like, I just did not care about it at all. That person, what happened. It just wasn't interesting. And it was a popular case at that. So it wasn't like they dug up a case that, you know, was a cold case and went through it so you learn new things. They were talking about something that was recently going on and is still going on now. It just didn't interest me. Now they're gonna take it back to Baltimore, and they're saying they're gonna do more investigative work. But I'm kind of like, well, I hope it's more investigative work than they did with the first serial, Adnan's case, because every podcast after that did way more investigative work than serial did. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm kind of like, do I want to hear a more investigative podcast series from serial? Like, can they actually do it, or is Sarah gonna make this about her again more than the actual case? I just felt like the first season of serial was more about her feelings and her intentions behind the production board, less about the actual facts of the case and shit that made sense. Because I see why everybody was so confused by listening to that shit. Stuff just did not fucking add up because they edited it all over the place with the way they presented their facts. They would present a fact and then contradict it with something that wasn't a fact, was more opinion. And then them doing their own cell tower testing and driving, that shit was stupid. I was like, okay, none of this makes any sense, but fine.
And then, like what you said, once you listen to the, what was it? Undiscovered?
Not undisclosed. Was it undisclosed?
Undisclosed. I think it was undisclosed.
Yeah.
Once you listen to that and like the ton of evidence that they brought every episode, you were like, why was I listening to this?
But that cleared things up. It was like there were a whole lot of connections that were severed in the first season of serial, and then when you start listening to Undisclosed, you were like, oh, now this makes sense. Oh, that's what was going on at this point. Okay, wait, that was told out of place in serial. That you made it seem like this happened before this happened, but that's not how it happened. Oh, well, that changes things. Also, Beth posted on Facebook, Making a Murderer season 2. I don't even know what more do they have to say. Yes, Making a Murderer season 2. It looks like it's the same case. What more is there?
Yeah, for you to have a whole season about.
I don't know.
The fuck?
I don't know. I feel like they're just milking stuff now. I'm noticing this with Netflix too. They have this thing about milking shit that they're kind of doing what cable television tends to do, and it's a trap, y'all. I don't know about making murder.
Yeah, I can't see, because like some things that they brought back, like the American Vandal, which was wonderful. That needs to continue. Like that needs to continue, and they're going to bring back Big Mouth, which is wonderful.
Of course,
like those things. Yes, Making a Murderer.
I just like documentary stuff. I don't see how you can keep
for the
doing
same
seasons.
shit. Like I could see if it was something different.
I'm trying to get freedom, and I remember looking at that thing, being like,
isn't that first season?
Then right after this came out, we figured out how bad of a documentary the first one was and how slanted it was.
But now they can go back and fix it from the prosecutor's position.
I was like, there's no reason that American Vandal was a better, was a better story and
my nigga
in Making of a Murder. Like, let that go.
Because they actually wrote it. You know, I love that people think American Vandal is a real documentary about some shit that happened. Like the fact that, and I think that Funny or Die is doing this. I think this is a marketing ploy that they are sending around fake news post about somebody putting laxative in a school's food and the kids shitting all over the place. Because I have seen on too many people's walls them be like, "Yo, did y'all see this story about these kids shitting in their school?" And I'm like, "Nigga, that is American Vandal."
Dude, I haven't seen that yet, but I can't wait to
like I watched.
No, I've seen American Vandal. I haven't seen
the fake news
talking about it.
Yes, I've been in at least 3 groups where I've seen them having a post about it and them having a legit discussion about this fake ass show. If somebody did that at my kid's school, I'd be upset. And I'm like, nigga, it's not real. It's not real. It would have been all over the news if it was real. Did y'all watch TV?
All of that's not real.
It's not real.
I love it because they did it was great in how they made sure to keep the focus light, because like you said, if that happened in real life, it would be a straight up poisoning case.
Nigga.
You know what I mean? There would be no funny stuff about it. It would be a poisoning case. But man, that documentary made sure to keep it serious enough that you were like, I want to know that like you're like, okay, there's some weight there, but also extremely light. So you never went into that. What did this really happen? You know what I mean?
Right. I never.
Even if you think about it would have been poisoning. And remember, homeboy sent dick pics.
Yeah, it'd have been so.
And I know he's under 18,
right? So now you got
it was so much real stuff that they could have went into and made it like really real. And it was like, no, we're just gonna keep this nice and light. And I was like, I appreciate that.
He did a dump too. Like he legit did a dump of kids performing sexual acts on each other. That's absolutely child pornography.
Yes. The dude with the diaper?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Absolutely child pornography. Also,
the stuttering guy said, I didn't know people could bend like that.
Wow. That poor boy. And he the only one that, never mind. For I'm about to spoil it. For anybody that did not know and is not aware of this, and I've tried to post as many episodes in the group as I can, everybody knows about Zach Morris's trash. But my man also does a very special episode. And
dude, those very special episodes are so great.
They are so much better than Zach Morris's trash because
what?
So we've played the Zach Morris. You've seen the Zach Morris trash.
I've seen the Zach Morris trash because I agree with him all the time. Like,
yes, Zach Morris is absolute trash. But he also does one's called A Very Special Episode, and he goes back through 90s and 80s and 70s shows, and he finds episodes about drug use and kidnappings and guns.
Basically, all their very special episodes.
Right?
Like, they'll be like, tonight we're gonna have a very special episode of
school shootings,
and they'll be, those episodes that will have the cast talking after, giving you hotline numbers.
If you know somebody that wants to commit suicide, and they have like everybody that was in the episode that night is lined up beside a car and standing behind her camera,
and with music and shit, like it's just quiet.
Oh, I have to look for this.
Yeah, Deidre, the one, which there is one specifically that is like about a runaway girl or some shit, and it is so bad. Like it is
the episode of the where the dudes are doing a science project.
Something like that.
Now,
Yes, that was it.
I haven't watched his special episode of that. I just know that episode. And that episode is so fucked up.
It's so bad. And
so fucked up.
The one that everybody is aware of, the one with the what is that show with Mr. Drummond and shit?
You talking about Different Strokes?
Different Stroke. Oh, that name. Different Strokes, where they go to the guy who works at the bike shop, and it's a 2-parter. He did a fucking very special episode for that. And the places that they put laugh tracks in that episode, where this guy is literally talking about pedophilia and molesting these kids and making sex jokes, and they put laugh tracks there. It's so bad.
Yeah, the whole episode was about them being like dealing with pedophiles.
Yes.
There's a lot of 80s shows that dealt with, well, there's a lot of kids shows that dealt with how to ward against pedophiles. And that was really, it was really disturbing because it's like, it changed. Like we had this real life episode to be a
comedy about a pedophile. Want to suck
your dick. It's like, oh.
Yeah, he molests one of the kids in the episode, and there are laugh tracks before this kid gets molested. Like it's bad. It's really inconsiderate of, rape of kids. So they also did the one from Smart Guy, and I remember that, where TJ brought them video games from that pedophile, and they went down to his basement, and he was making pedophile videos of kids surfing on boards.
There was like, you know what? To really get this, y'all need to be in like swimming trunks. We don't have any swimming trunks. Well, your underwear is just like swimming trunks.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
And then showing other pictures of other kids that he's already got to do this.
Bruh. Very special episode. I'm about to go back and listen to all of them again tomorrow. They are so fucked up and funny. His commentary he is a savage. There's one episode that is about a kid who has AIDS, and they put laugh tracks at the most inconsiderate places for this kid who has AIDS. It's like, they're like, hey, I can't play kickball, but at least I'm not dead from my AIDS yet. And it's like, ha, 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 ha. He's like, because that's funny. And fucking commentary is so savage. He's so fucking savage. He's like, he'll say stuff like, the only thing he can't count is his T cells. And it's like, what did you really just say that, my nigga? Why are you terrible like this?
But no, like, Deidre, that episode with the runaway girl, they were doing a science project, right, or something, and then this new girl that got introduced into school, and then then she comes back to the house to see them, and then as they're doing stuff, they look on the back of the milk cart and they see the girl's face.
Yeah, and
then she gets kind of weirded out because, like, why is my face on the back of the milk cart, right? So then she goes home because she was talking about, tell my dad, then you realize, then you come back, she's gone. Like, they totally can't find her in school no more. She's out. And you find out at the end of the thing that basically, either her dad or somebody took her from her mother's custody. They were having custody issues, and they just took her and anything like that. But they did a science project dealing with, how do we find her and stuff like that. And they were like, hey, y'all got an A on the story, but we don't know where the girl's at. It'll be okay. End of the show. Like,
wow.
What the fuck? Why? Why did we even talk about that? Who thought that? Who was in the writer's room? Be like, that's gonna be a good story right there.
Everybody in the writer's room for a lot of these very special episodes are terrible, terrible people. They're just terrible.
Or the great ones with drugs. The drugs ones are always great because they can never do hard drugs. They always have to do marijuana. So going back and looking at them, they're always funny.
Steve just got drunk. Like that was his drug.
Oh, drunk, yeah.
Oh, you got really drunk and you passed out, man, or something. They had one where the two guys went to some. It was the one with Kirk Cameron where his two friends stayed at that actually was an opposite. It was supposed to be a very special episode about how Kirk Cameron did not engage in party stuff and sex like his friends did. But the guy flipped it. The narrator flipped it and was like, look at Kirk Cameron being a fucking dickhole at this party where everybody's trying to have fun and get down. You're a kid, man. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm just going to leave my two friends here with these babes, and they're going to get it in, and I'm going to go home and sulk to my father because I'm the good one. Like, he just tears Kirk Cameron down in that whole episode. Wow. And it was meant to be the opposite. Kirk Cameron was supposed to look like the responsible one because he didn't want to party like a teenager with his teenage friends. It's stuff like that makes him great. His commentary is goddamn perfect. I'm sorry. Like that motherfucker's narration is ridiculously good. Some of it is just, it's so bad it's good.
I want a Children's Day now to do a very special episode, but I mean, I want to go all the way in, man. Like show a kid like doing a lot of coke or something. Like let's go all the way. We're gonna
you want wonder shows, and is what it sounds like. You want wonder shows.
Yeah, we don't want to like just show like, is that weed? Like, nah, nigga, this PCP. You try to get this? Like, that's what I need.
I love those letters. Hey, Deidre, did you ever watch Wonder Chosen?
That sounds familiar.
You know the gif of the kid screaming, "That's racist," the little black kid?
Yes.
That's from Wonder Chosen.
It came on Adult Swim, and it was just a mind trip of a show.
Yes, it was them getting little kids to do inappropriate shit. Like they had one little girl who used to walk around and ask people inappropriate questions just to throw them off, like she was a reporter.
Oh Lord, that's too funny.
All right, we've gone over our time. Join us tomorrow for another episode of Where's My 40 Acres podcast. No, we'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.